I will never grow tired of doing these. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. My name is Silke and today I will be tier ranking all of the books that I have read this year. I think we all know what a tier ranking is, so I think maybe we should get into it. But I just wanted to make an intro so you knew what we were going to be doing. So, let's do it. Alright, so we're dealing with the lighting. It is what it is. You will not be looking at me anyways, I think. We're tier ranking. We all know what it is, and we're gonna get started. Alright, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. We have Yes Please, they are the top tier ones. We have Add a Little More Spice, that is the almost top tier one. Doesn't necessarily mean that they should be more spicy, it just means that they were lacking something for me to make it like a top tier. Then we have It's All Good, that's like, it's great, it's good, we're fine. Then we have You Did the Job. Self-explanatory, you did the job. You Make Me Sad is you had so much potential, but it just didn't live up to the hype or to what I thought it would be. We have Straight Up No. It's a straight up no. And then we have I Don't Know How to Rank You, which I think there will only be one or something in that, but we'll see. First up, we have Horror Store. I'm gonna have to put it in You Make Me Sad, because I had such high expectations for this because I had an idea of what I thought it would be. It wasn't what I thought it would be, and I thought that what I thought it would be would have been better. So I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not the biggest fan of ghosts. It doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm sorry, Jem, but I'm gonna have to put it in You Make Me Sad. Next up, we have Anna Karenina, which is gonna follow Horror Store in You Make Me Sad. Why? Well, I'm gonna go in depth with it in my wrap-up, but Anna Karenina is a lot of nothing. It is a long book, and it gives me nothing. Then we have Fortunately the Milk. I'm gonna put it in You Did the Job. It's a very, very short book, and I believe it is a children's, not a middle grade, and it did the job. It was a story, and it was a fun story, I'm not denying that, but it didn't give me anything deeper than that. It didn't give me more than a fun time, which is good. Sometimes that's all you need, but it did the job. Then we have A Snicker of Magic. Now this one I had actually forgotten that I had read. That being said, It's All Good. That was one of the books where I was like, one of the middle grade books where I was like, okay, you gave me something to think about. Yay for doing that to me. How to Save an Undead Life. I guess you did the job. I don't know. I think I might put it in. My own categories are confusing me because it did the job. I'm actually gonna put it in Straight Up No, because I read it because I had to find something with necromancer themes, and that had necromancer themes, and it was short. I listened to it as an audio. Did I enjoy it? Not really. It just wasn't for me, and it felt like it wasn't the first in the book. It felt like there should have been more. Like, some things were explained, but the relationship between the characters, it was like, okay, I'm missing something. Straight Up No. Every Heart a Doorway. I'm tempted to put it in Yes Please, but I'm also tempted to put it in Add a Little More Spice. That being said, I couldn't tell you what would be missing from it, so I'm gonna put it in Yes Please, because I did really like it, and this is one of the times where I can still feel my stubbornness from when I was younger, because everyone loved this, and I was like, oh, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be for me, blah blah blah, I'm not gonna read it. And then I read it, and I don't remember why, but I think it was on a whim, I decided to read it and listen to it, and I freaking loved it, so maybe I should just, swallow my pride and go on with it. Caraval. See, the fun thing is I don't remember any of my ratings on this, so I could, a book that I potentially given, maybe 3 stars, I could end up putting in Yes Please, but I really enjoyed it, but I think I'm gonna put it in Add a Little More Spice, because there is something missing. Well, not missing, but I know what books I'm gonna be putting in Yes Please. There are definitely some that I'm like, yes. And I don't feel like Caraval is on the level of those, so I'm gonna have to put it in Add a Little More Spice. But again, I couldn't tell you what was missing because I don't know. Down Among the Sticks and Bones. Add a little more spice. I really enjoyed it, not as much as Every Heart a Doorway, so it wouldn't make sense if I put them in the same category. Then we have Rise of the Isle of the Lost. To be completely honest, I had forgotten that I had read this. I think I'm gonna put it in It's All Good, because I remember, now that I thought about it, that I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed it more than the sequel, and the sequel I didn't really enjoy. So, It's All Good. Furyborn. You did the job. It was a fantasy. It was a dual timeline fantasy. It's all good. Next up we have Hiiya, which is a Danish book. You did the job. That was back at a time where I was looking for middle grades to read to my nieces. Now that I broke up with my boyfriend, they're not my nieces anymore. It is what it is. But the book was good. And now that now I know. I don't really have any young people in my side of the family. I think the youngest, well, the close family, the youngest is my brother, and he's 17, so I think he would find it strange if I started reading middle grades to him. Then we have Legendary Ladies. I don't know how to rank you. It is a non-fiction. It's gonna go in there, and we're just gonna ignore that it's at the bottom. It does not mean that I don't like it. It's just, if I could put it over here or something, I would, but I can't. Then we have Når lyset slukkes, When the Lights Turn Off. You did the job. This is a short story collection. It was decent. I liked it. I didn't hate it. And that's all good. Then we have Neverworld Awake. Let's put that and add a little more spice. I didn't know that I was gonna like this. I think it was on my self-destruct list. And now it's here. So, yay! No, but it was really good. I really did enjoy it. And I might actually reread it at some point. So, didn't expect that. Then we have A Torch Against the Night. I did not enjoy this as much as An Ember in the Ashes. Can't speak. It was going in a wrong direction, and it makes me very, very worried about the next one. I really enjoyed kind of like the lack of magic that there was in An Ember in the Ashes, and now there is a shit ton of magic, and I don't like it. I'm worried about the rest of the series, but I'm hoping to see if I can finish it this year, because just to take it off my list. Circle of Shadows. I'm gonna put that in It's All Good. I like the magic system. I like the friend group that we follow. There are some things that I didn't like, but there's usually stuff I don't like in books, so I mean, it's not really that deep. But it was a good fantasy YA book. It is what it is. Mary Underwater. I really like that. It's all good. Yeah, I feel like it fits with those. When I'm looking at it, it fits. It was a good middle grade. I think a middle grade needs to be phenomenal for me to put it above It's All Good, because I've gotten to a point where I just kind of enjoy them, but if they don't have anything extraordinary to bring to the table, it's not gonna go above that. There Will Come a Darkness. I'm gonna put that in It's All Good, because it is. It is great. And I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to continue with the series. I need to get my hands on it though. I did listen to the first one as an audiobook, and I might have been a little bit confused at times, and I think it might have been a good idea that I got the book or read the book alongside with listening to it. It is a complicated story. It is a complicated storyline. We do have a lot of POVs, and it is hard to keep track of who is working with who and who has something to do with the other. All of it is kind of intertwined, and all of them meet at one point, so they don't know each other to begin with. So I really, really enjoyed that, actually, but it did make it a little bit confusing. Just a tiny bit. A smidge. Then we have Pendanetten, which is the Panther Knight. Oh my god, that sounds so stupid. That sounds so stupid. The Panther Knight, alright, which is a short story collection. Where did I put the other ones? Okay, so the Panther Knight, I'm actually gonna put that in You Did the Job, because it did. I'm not the biggest fan of short story collections, but both the Panther Knight and When the Lights Turned Off, ooh, my ear just went crazy and then I'm tickled. Anyways, the Panther Knight and When the Lights Turned Off, they were actually decent. I didn't hate them. And normally with short story collections, I do not care one bit. So just that they went to You Did the Job was good. Then we have The Great Year. I feel like this is unfair to how to save an undead life, because I don't want to say I hate the Grace Year. I just could not care less. I mean, I would put it in, well, straight up no. But it's not for me. I didn't like it. I felt like what it was trying to portray didn't come through, and kind of did the opposite. So everything that I was hoping I would get, I didn't, and I don't care. I don't like it. Now, remember what I said about middle grades and them being extraordinary in order to get above It's All Good. Well, the Mistrix School of Musicraft is gonna go to add a little more spice, because I did actually really love this. I didn't expect to, because normally I don't care much for music heavy books, but this one, bitch, I mean, it was really good. I was so surprised. And I'm excited to read the sequel. I'm probably going to try and tackle it this year, but I'm going to say that about every single sequel. Warrior of the Wild. I'm going to put it in It's All Good. I don't remember much about it. If I was asked to give you a summary, I couldn't. I remember liking it, but I also remember having issues with it, and having issues with ending, I think. Or maybe it wasn't the ending. I don't know. But I think I felt it was a little bit repetitive and a little bit easy. Like, there were some things that were dragged out, and some things that I would have liked to have been dragged out that was just kind of, and then it was done. So then we have Cloak of Night, which is the sequel to Circle of Shadows. Look at me finishing a series. I think I'm going to put it in You Did the Job, because I do not remember a damn thing. No, you know what? I am actually going to put it in It's All Good. And I'm going to put it next to Circle of Shadows, because I can't tell you what happened in the first book and what happened in the second book, because I read them really, really close to each other. They were the same level of enjoyment for me. So I like the first one. I like the sequel. Great mix. They're on the same level. We like it. We have A Deadly Education. You Make Me Sad. It was not what I expected. I did not like the character. The only thing that made me consider to pick up the sequel was the ending. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. But I think I would rather just read about what happens in the sequel, or hear someone talk about it, because I don't care enough to continue. And there is not a single character in this that I care about. So why would I continue? We have A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm actually gonna have to put it in You Make Me Sad, because I listened to the audio. Don't do that unless you want to listen to a lot of she clicked her tongue or he growled. That is all they do. That is how they speak. Why do they click their tongue all the time? Why do they growl? I mean, I know one of them is like a wolf, or more of them, so it makes sense sometimes, but every single sentence was like, he growled, and I was like, why? Aggression. So it made me sad, but I'm still going to continue with the series, because I want to know. Blade of Secrets. No further comment. Well, maybe I should. I really enjoyed Blade of Secrets. It's great. It makes me happy. There is finally a character that I want to say 90% identify with. So it's great, and I like Kellen. I like the characters. They're nice. Then we have Isentjade. The Ice Heart? Heart of Ice? Something along those lines. You Make Me Sad? It didn't give me anything. It is a children's book, and it's very similar to Fortunately, well, not at all actually, but it gives me similar vibes to Fortunately the Milk, in it being just a quick story to read. However, Fortunately the Milk was funny. The Ice Heart thing was just meh. Like, nothing really happened. It was all, like, the entire book was just an introduction. So I feel like maybe, just maybe, consider making the first book a little bit bigger so you can have the entire introduction and actually some kind of plot, because I didn't get that. I'm not going to be continuing with this series, even though it might have been, quick reads, but no thanks. Then we have A Christmas Carol. You Did the Job. I am not a big fan of classics, and but I do like the story of A Christmas Carol, but I knew the story beforehand because of the millions and millions of movies that there is, so I kind of knew what was going to happen. That being said, it was kind of great to read the source material, so yay me. Thornwood. It's all good. Look at all the middle grades going straight up there. Thornwood was really great. I liked the concept. I liked the idea. And the ending kind of had me baffled, and I didn't expect that at all. So, but I'm not going to talk about what it is. But the ending was great. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to continue the series. The Prison Healer. That ending, though. So good. So good. I'm so excited to continue. I'm gonna try and see if I can continue the series this year. I will be saying that about every single book. Apparently. Next up we have Rosalil and the Tiny Dragon and Rosalil and the Flower War. I would put them in I don't know how to rank you because of nostalgic reasons. And I'm still considering doing that. You know what? I'm gonna have to because I cannot. Wait, no, I can. Hold on. Let's think of this objectively. This one, the little dragon, should go in It's All Good. You know what? Also this one. Because both of them are, I want to say, kids' stories more so than middle grades. It is something that you're supposed to have read aloud to you, like I did when I was a kid. Both of them have like a really, really great like point to it. Like there's a reason why the story is told, and it's really great and motivational, and I like it. So it's gonna go in It's All Good. Then we have Murder for the Modern Girl. I am gonna put that in... You know what? I'm gonna put it in Add a Little More Spice. Because I really did enjoy it, but there are definitely some things that I think could have been added to it to make it a top tier, but it was close, and I really did like it. So, yay! Star Daughter. You make me sad. There was just so many things missing from this. I liked the idea, but the execution was just not it. We have Graceling, the graphic novel. Add a Little More Spice. I know that it's a graphic novel and you read it faster, but it felt too fast-paced. Especially there's the scene when they're in the mountains. I can't really go too much into depth to it, but there is a scene in the mountains, and I felt like it was just done too quickly. Way too quickly. It wasn't the struggle that it was in the book, and I did not like that. Then we have Lore Olympus. I'm also gonna put that in Add a Little More Spice. I couldn't tell you what was missing from it, but I don't feel like it's on the same level as Every Hard Doorway, Blade of Secrets, and The Prison Healer. So that is why I'm putting it in Add a Little More Spice. Oh, that one is upside down. We're gonna have to deal with that. It is Bone Cries Dawn. You make me sad. You make me sad. I am tempted to put it in straight up no, but to me it isn't a straight up no. It's just... I expected so much from this book, but they just fucked it up. Like, they fucked it up. I feel like it was repetitive, and they changed a lot of the characters. Like, all of a sudden, they were doing things, and I was like, that is so out of character for Elise, and that is so out of character for Sabine. That is not Bastian. I don't know what you did to him, and it didn't work, and I am sad about it, because Bone Crier's Moon is one of my favorite books. The sequel has dragged it down. Then we have Wing Bearer. It's all good. I really enjoyed it. It is about this young girl who is trying to save the souls of all the birds so that they can be reborn. And then she discovers a lot about herself. It's also kind of like her path to figuring out who she is and where she comes from. And found family. We have a lot of great side characters. I'm excited to continue the series because this is actually a series. I do not know when the next one will be released or what it's called. There's no information yet, and I'm still excited. Fire with Fire. Oh, I don't know. Can I? I don't know. Okay, my instinct was to put it in You Make Me Sad, so I'm gonna put it there. Fire with Fire. It is a urban fantasy, right? I don't like that at all. And this one was with dragons. I just wish there was more dragons. And it just wasn't what I wanted. Then we have Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop of Dreams. I'm gonna put it in You Did the Job. It was a good read. I am not the biggest fan of contemporaries, and we all know, but I do enjoy it occasionally, and when I do, it is usually, like, similarly with middle grades, they rarely go above It's All Good, because it's, to me, that's just a fun time, and none of them have really been groundbreaking. I think, what was it called? 5 Feet Apart is higher. I think that would be an Add a Little More Spice or something like that. But other than that, I don't think I've had a contemporary be above It's All Good. So, You Did the Job. It was so much fun and cute and everything. So, I'm excited to continue this series, but it is a series where the sequel is a Christmas book, so I'm gonna be reading that in December. Then we have 6 Crimson Cranes. Add a Little More Spice. It is close to being a top tier book, but again, I don't feel like it can quite compete, for me at least, with The Prison Healer, Blade of Secrets, and Every Heart a Doorway, so it's going in Add a Little More Spice. I feel like with that lineup, it looks perfect, so that is where we are. Then we have Otter. Let me have a look. You know what? I'm gonna put it in It's All Good. Because it was absolutely adorable. This damn otter. So cute. So I can only put it in It's All Good because it made me all warm and fuzzy and made me want to help rescue otters. And I don't know how to do that, but I would love to. Then we have Nattexpressen, which is The Night Express. That is a Christmas calendar book. It did the job. I will talk about it in my wrap-up, but it did the job. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It did the job. Then we have Electric Heidi. Oh my god, it's gonna pain me if I need to put it. I'm gonna put it in It's All Good. It is maybe a little bit for nostalgic reasons. I am sorry. It is really great, and it's fun, and it's a children's book, and it's just so entertaining. But where it's different from Fortunately the Milk, which is also fun and entertaining children's book, is that there is a point to the story being told. And that is what I like. So, Year of the Reaper. Yes, please. That is one of my favorite books of the year. It was really good. I didn't expect it to. I really didn't expect it to. This was the biggest surprise of the year for me. I would reread, to be honest. Only a Monster. You Did the Job. If I remember correctly, I felt that it was fast-paced. It lost me sometimes because, I don't know, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I listened to it as an audio. But it was just, I felt like it was too fast-paced, and I don't understand the ending, and I also don't understand how it's not a standalone. But maybe that's because I didn't understand the ending. But it wasn't for me, and I felt like it could have been longer. Then we have Netmil Naya, Night with Naya, because that's a name. That's a straight up no. It is a short story collection, and I did not care for it. I think I liked the first one, and that was about it. Then we have Fire. I cannot not put it in Yes Please. I reread it, listened to the entire thing whilst playing The Sims, and it was great. I had such a great evening doing that, or such a great day. It was actually on a Sunday, so I listened to it start to finish, and that was great. Then we have The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first book in the Narnia series. A thing that I found confusing with Narnia is that there is apparently 2 different orders you can read them in. One is, I don't know what that is, and the other is publication order, and I'm going in publication order. So to me, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the first one. Fight me! Maybe when I finish the entire thing, I should try and read it the other way. I'm gonna put it in It's All Good, because I really, really enjoyed it, and I listened to it as an audio, and it just made me think of when my grandparents would read me stories when I was young, and that was all I wanted. The narrator was great, and the way it was written was great. It was kind of written like it was supposed to be read out loud, like aloud to somebody. So we like that. This is my tier ranking. I'm not mad about it. We've had some great books, and we have some not great books. It is very top heavy, and that is what we're going for. So another great reading year and another tier ranking done. I am excited to see what 2023 has in store for me in regards to reading and everything else, but mostly reading. So, yeah. And that was my tier ranking of all of the books that I have read in 2022. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please let me know what your favorite books of 2022 was. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon. And if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!